What's up, guys? This is Elektron, and today we're going to talk about why your basses sound so small. No matter what you do, no matter how nice a preset you have, no matter how heavy the sub bass is, no matter what, when you play your song, the bass still isn't coming through like a nice big fat bass. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a project with unmixed bass. And it'll sound like just muddy. It won't sound too satisfying, this or that. And then I'm going to show you the process that I would use to get my bass sounding really fat. But I do want to mention before we get into the project that I want all of you to go over to Instagram.com/ElektronSound and hit me up with a follow. That's where I put all my beat making videos. It's just a really good time. So go over to Instagram.com/ElektronSound and hit me up with a follow. Let's get into the project. This is a little future bass project that I started at twitch.tv/Elektron. I never released it. It's a little future bass project that I just made for fun one day. But it sounds like this, the section we're going to be working on. Sounds like that. And what we're going to be focusing in on is why the bass doesn't really sound whole. Kind of just sounds like it's thrown in with all the other sounds and you're hearing them all and it's distracted. It doesn't sound good. But what we're going to do is work to make that bass sounding super clean. And I'm going to show you techniques that will allow us to do that. So the tool we're going to be using today is an EQ. And basically what the EQ will allow us to do is separate all the other elements from the bass so the bass has its own place to shine. We want our bass to remain uninterrupted. I do want to mention that this tutorial will not teach you everything about mixing. So if you would like to learn everything about mixing that there is when it comes to mixing an electronic track, go to courses.elektronsound.com and enroll in my course. It's a sick course. Let's do this. So we have a couple layers. One of them is this. This is the bass. Sounds like that. Another layer of interest that we're really gonna have to focus on is the lead. Sounds like that. And another layer, final layer that we're going to have to focus on because this one was really intrusive is this one. So here's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to bust out an EQ and separate all these layers so that they're out of the way of the bass and the bass can do its own thing. So let's first start here. The first rule when you have a set of chords is low cut them, especially if they are not the bass line. So in this case, I have a bass line. The bass line's right here. And I need to EQ my chords out the way of the bass line, so let's do that. If I load up a EQ, you can see all these low end artifacts that are definitely interfering with bassline because we can see them literally. If I have all that sound from the chord down here, where's my bassline supposed to sit uninterrupted? The bassline's super delicate, so what we need to do is we need to slap a little wall on here, run it up like that, and you have EQ'd chords. Now, mind you, when you slap a low cut on chords sometimes, yeah, it sounds like they lose a little bit of power. And the reason is we are taking out their bass because we chose to have a separate bass, which is over here. We want this bass to sound big in the bass range. We don't need the chords to sound big in the bass range. So we're just going to chop out the lows. Let's go to your clap impact up here, or my clap impact. Don't know why I called it yours. Let's listen to it. Sounds nice. the purpose of this sound is to be flying across the high frequencies. So we just have to chop out all the lows, because anything that's low frequency in a sound like a clap impact is not going to do you any favor. Trust me. So what we need to do, open up a channel EQ, give it a listen and a look, and you can see there's a little bit of things down there. There's some sound down there. So even if this didn't visually show us sound down there, the best thing you could do is something like that to a clap impact. Especially this one. It didn't even alter the sound, so still good. Now all those low end artifacts are out of the way of our bass line. Let's come into our lead, throw on an EQ. Look at that. This lead is screaming in the high frequencies, but it's also screaming in the low frequencies. Take them out. We don't need them. So I'm going to EQ these all the way up to 500. I learned from watching a Cashmere video that it's okay to take that much out of your leads, especially female vocal. I learned that female vocals I could take a lot out of. Deeper dude vocals I can't always get away with taking that much out of. But now that we cleaned out all those layers that had low frequency artifacts, let's listen to our bass. Now I get more definition in the low end, and it can sing away, do whatever it wants, and it sounds great. If you guys took any value from this video, the best thing you could do for me is subscribe to this channel, give me a like, comment what your thoughts are. Follow me on Instagram at instagram.com/AlexRomeSound, and just stay tuned for more. We're going to be doing a lot of videos like this, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace out.